Brissett's always been a great quarterback sneak. One of the best in the NFL.
Brissett under center. Here we go. Stevenson on the take. Stevenson is in for the touchdown. And with 22 seconds left, the New England Patriots have taken the lead.
I'll put the big boy in there, City So, extra offensive lineman as a fullback. I mean, the Jets, they do almost all they can up front. They make it really tough. But Ramondre Stevenson keeping those pads low, crosses that ball over the goal line. An unbelievable finish for Jerod Mayo's New England Patriots.
Every scoring play subject to automatic review. Officials are reviewing, trying to confirm that touchdown. Robert Jonathan Kraft exhaling up in their owner's box here at Gillette Stadium. What a turn of events. What a finish coming down the stretch. Archie, just consider what's at stake for the Jets again. This four-game slide, trying to hang on to playoff hopes that are already dimming before we've even gotten to the month of November. Unbelievable. Jacoby Brissett orchestrating a 12-play, 70-yard drive in 2.5 minutes. They converted on a 3rd and 9 and then on a 3rd and 10. Call in the field is a score. So now you need video, conclusive video evidence to overturn in a sea of bodies, Arch, here. Trying to see when that knee came down.
It doesn't look like the knee down yet. Elbow down. Oh, I mean, that is close. It's just a matter of, do you have enough information and do you have the right angle?
The ruling on field stands as called. It is touchdown.
So the touchdown confirmed. Offense staying on the field to try to make this a 3-point lead. Jets are out of timeouts. With 22 seconds left. Brissett, near side, Stevenson. 3-point lead. The touchdown and the 2-point try. The first point scored by New England inside of 2 minutes of regulation all season.
Things I didn't see coming for 500, Alex. I gotta tell you.
And Archie, just go back to the throw by Brissett.
That throw, honestly, that was gorgeous. Just absolutely, if you could take a picture on that. If I was Brissett, I would have somebody who took a picture of that and put a poster in my basement, because standing tall in the pocket with a free rusher, knowing you're just about to get blasted. And then again, you can't tip your hat enough. We've been pretty hard on these receivers for some key drops, but Booty makes 2 big ones in clutch moments. You gotta really feel good about Jacoby Brissett.
So 22 seconds. We know about Aaron Rodgers and those late game bombs down the field. You got 2 stars in Adams and Garrett Wilson, and here we go. 22 seconds, no timeouts. With the Jets trying to get into field goal range here for Zuerlein. Keep in mind, Zuerlein has missed multiple kicks, missed a field goal, missed a point after in the first half. And you see one of the all-timers, what he's done in his career in these moments.
If they catch the ball in the middle of the field, you're going to burn about 16, 17 seconds left. And so then you only have a chance at a Hail Mary.
Patriots drop back into their ultra prevent here. Jerod Mayo's going to take a timeout.
Charge timeout, New England. This is a 30-second timeout.
Taking his quick little peek at what the Jets are lining up offensively. What a week it's been for Gerard Mayo here, calling his team out after that loss in London last Sunday. Everyone kind of chiming in, including Bill Belichick this week. But Mayo just staying the course.
Well, listen, I think they've come out and, they've held the Jets to 112 yards rushing. It's one of their best games of the season outside of the first 2 weeks. Remember, you're missing the heart of your defense. Barmore, Bentley, Peppers. Duggar doesn't suit up today, and you have made life hard on the New York Jets, and your secondary has been outstanding.
Rodgers over the middle, completes, gets it to Wilson, and now they're going to rule incomplete. They say that Wilson did not have control. Boy, it would have been a 21-yard completion.
Second down and 10.
But they say incomplete.
And yeah, that ball, he never secures it or survives the ground. And if that would have been a completed pass, they would have clocked it with about 5 to 6 seconds left. If they complete the same pass, if they're lucky and they have a quick operation, maybe they could clock it with 1 second left. But at best, if you complete this pass, you have 2 plays left in this game.
On 2nd and 10, Rodgers sidesteps over the middle, and it is caught. Adams makes the catch, but they can't stop the clock.
Game's over.
Final seconds come off, and it is over here in Foxborough.
That is the end of the ball game.
The Jets run out of time and suffer a back-breaking loss here in Week 8. For New England, their 6-game slide is finally over as they win for the first time since Week 1.